Me do it for the love, and I do it for the likes. Do it for the love, and I do it for the likes. Do it for the love, and I do it for the likes. Do it for the love, and I do it for the likes. Make them know success don't come overnight. No make them know a substance over hype. Do it for the love, and I do it for the likes.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rant, but I also go by Ronnie, so whichever you prefer. And if you're a returning subscriber and or viewer, thank you so much for tuning in. So if you can't already tell by the title, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and things that I've learned so far since I started my locks. So if you are interested in hearing more about that, and I don't know, like if you're interested in starting your lock journey and you want to get some tips, then continue watching this video. So yeah. So okay. Tip, I guess I'm not gonna call them tips. Number one, comparison, and I need y'all to listen to me, okay? Comparison is the thief of joy. I know that you start your locks and they're short, and you see your lock crush and her locks are like touching her butt, and you're like, oh my god, I just wish, oh my god, oh my god. Listen, do not, I repeat, do not compare your journey to anybody else's. Like, don't compare the way that your locks look to anybody else's. Don't compare length. Just don't do any of that. Don't look at anybody else and their journey and think that it'll be your journey, because it won't. Please, just focus on yourself. Essentially, is what I'm saying. And the growth of your locks and the, health of your locks. Number two, do what works for you. There are so many professionals out there, people who have been locked for how many ever years. This is what they tell you. They've been locked for how many ever years. They would know, nothing, blah, blah, blah. Listen, you know your hair. Do what works for you. There are people who I see have their locks are, on tint, like they saying something. And they'll say yeah, I wash my hair however often, I use conditioner, I whatever. When you start your locks, people will tell you that you're not supposed to wash your hair. Don't listen to that, okay? I think I washed my hair 2 weeks after I started my locks. And knowing my hair, and that I have curly hair, whatever, and that it was gonna unravel, all I did was take some scrunchies or some rubber bands or whatever I had at that moment, and I banded the ends of my hair. So I would take a section, and just band it so I can wash my hair, because I know that I have dandruff and it's real bad, and I cannot afford to sit here and go weeks and months without washing my hair. First of all, that's unsanitary, and second of all, I just cannot do that. So a lot of people would say oh my god, no, whatever, the dirt is supposed to grow your locks. No. If anything, the water is what helped my hair lock as fast as it did, because my sister also has locks. She started hers a couple days after mine, and to see how fast and just us comparing before we got our locks, I'm like, yeah, okay, your hair is gonna lock super fast, mine is probably gonna take longer. And it was the complete opposite. And that's because I was washing my hair as quick as I did, and as often as I was, every 2 weeks. No, the first time was 2 weeks. Second time, I think I extended it to 3 weeks. But within 3 months, I believe 3 months, my hair was locked. I didn't have to band the ends anymore. I could just wash my hair regular without the fear of it unraveling. So if anything, the water helps my hair more. But people will tell you that the dirt is what locks your hair. Don't listen. Just do what works for you. Do what works for you. Nope, don't even say that, because that's not true. I use conditioner in my hair. So when I wash my hair, I do condition my hair. Now, people will say, oh no, you're not supposed to do that, whatever. Listen, my hair loves that. Locks or not. So the conditioner that I used has to change. I can't use a conditioner that, like, okay, I used to once use like super thick conditioner. I can't do that. My conditioner has to be a little more watered down. But I still use conditioner in my hair. I'm not going to change that because somebody is telling me that I shouldn't use it. I don't have any problems with my hair. So I'm going to, now, just because you was having issues don't mean I'm going to have issues. You know, I'm going to still do what works for me. Do what works for you. Number 3, everyone's hair is different. Therefore, everybody's journey is going to be different, you know? So, like, that kind of piggybacks off of number 2. What my hair needs, your hair may not need. And what your hair may need, my hair may not need. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody wants to do different things. You know, I've noticed now that locks have become a trend. So a lot of people want to do curly ends. They want to do it, take it out, do it again, take it out again. Like, whatever. And like I said, your hair, your business. So me, as someone who is kind of just letting my locks do whatever they want to do, some of my ends are curly, some are not. I am not focused on keeping curls at the ends of my hair. So my like routine won't be as extensive as someone who is. You know, they have to make sure they gotta comb it out and put the conditioner and the water, and you love that. You like it, I love it. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, do whatever you want to do. But your journey is different from mine. Therefore, products that you use will be different from mine. I can't look at you and say, okay, well, they're using these products, let me use these products. Because I don't know why you're using the products that you're using. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I don't care to use gel in my hair to retwist. Some people feel like they have to use it. They need it. Am I going to look at them and bash them for doing that? No. Am I going to look at them and say, okay, well, maybe since they're doing it and they were locked since January 2022 and I only started my locks in March, maybe I should do it? No. Your journey, different from my journey. And that also goes off of like what number 1, pretty much all of them, 1, 2, and 3 all go hand in hand. Like, I'm not going to compare what you're doing to what I'm not doing and say, okay, maybe I should do it. No. I am not going to do something that you're doing because it works for you and it might not work for me. And I am understanding that my journey is different. There are some people who go on this journey, this lock journey, for spiritual reasons. Whatever those might be, that's your business. There are some people who say, you know, it helps me to not be as vain because people have to always get their hair done. The edges gotta always be. I've never been, and I know I just didn't really say anything just now, so let me slow down. Edges gotta always be done. Hair gotta always be done. Everything has to look on point. And for them, they, I guess, associated that with vanity. And so they got their locks and they just let it do what it do. There are some people who are just doing it just for the fun of it, really. And you're able to like tell those people apart from, you know, the others who are doing it for, you know, spiritual reasons or whatever. There's people who are doing it because it's something they always wanted to do. Me. So everybody is doing it for different reasons. Therefore, everyone's journey is going to be different. There are people who get locks and just, you know, pretty much what they were doing before is still what they're doing. Myself. And others that I've seen. So everybody's journey is different. Everybody got locks for different reasons. Everybody's going to maintain their locks for different reasons. It is what it is. Essentially. Yeah. So you can't compare yours to mine, and I can't compare mine to yours. Compare your locks now to your locks then. Yeah? Yeah. Number 4. Your hair still, this is it. Your hair still needs the same love and attention that it needed in its locked form as it did in its loose, natural form. So if you are the type of person who, like myself, I have myself like on a schedule for washing my hair. like I was moisturizing all the time, deep conditioning, all of that stuff. I cannot neglect, because it's still the same hair, I cannot neglect that responsibility simply because I have locks and I don't have to do as much, if you understand what I'm saying. So before washing my hair, I'd have to use a pre-poo and I have to comb it out. I don't have to do that now that I'm locked. After my wash, like, I would have to deep condition and all that stuff. I don't have to do that now, and I wouldn't recommend deep conditioning your locks. I would make sure that I'm oiling my scalp, combing out my hair, twisting up my hair, putting product in, whatever. And you can't neglect your hair because it's locked. Like, yes, tweak some stuff, but still give it the love and attention that it needs. So now, if I'm gonna wash my hair, I'm just gonna wash my hair, yeah. But afterwards, I make sure that I'm brushing my locks. That is something that you have to do. Like, listen, let me tell you something. Make sure that you brush them locks, okay? I didn't brush my locks for the first 8 months, I want to say. But I didn't have any issues with lint because if I'm gonna like lay down, lounge, whatever, like I always make sure that my head was covered. So I have my silk head wrap and my silk bonnet, you know what I'm saying? So lint was never really an issue for me. And then when I did start to brush my locks, brushing helps prevent lint, like, or take out whatever. Like if you have, okay, slow down. I'm sitting here and a lint just comes and it's like, whoo, whoo, and I'm gonna sit right here. After this, I go and I brush my locks. Now, I brushed out that lint. I don't let it sit. You know what I'm saying? So I do brush my locks very often. What was I saying? After I get out the shower from washing my hair, I make sure that I brush my locks. I oil my scalp. I oil my locks. I do. I take oil and I oil my locks because that's what I was doing before. I spray my rose water. I massage my scalp. I just, everything that I was doing as far as attention goes, with my loose natural hair, I'm doing with my locks. I'm giving my locks the same attention, just tweaking some things, because at the end of the day, it is still your hair. It still needs the attention that you were giving it before. And if you were not giving your hair attention before you got locks, you need to make sure that you start practicing that. Okay, because it's important. It's important, and your hair will thank you for it. It thanks you in the way that it looks, because you can tell when someone has healthy locks and when someone don't. It's very evident. Okay, so yeah, make sure you moisturizing your locks and make sure you're doing your steam treatments and your ACV rinses and everything that you need to do to make sure that them things is healthy. Okay, all right, yeah. I think my point was made. Number 5, leave your hair alone. Leave your hair alone. Leave it alone. Take care of it, but leave it alone. I scroll on Instagram and I see people, and I just chop it up to these people are maybe not interested in the keeping up with, I guess, the longevity of it. They just want it for a style, or like I said, it's trendy now, so that's just what it. And I don't get upset. There are people who get upset. I don't get upset because it ain't my hair. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing to my hair. But people play around so much. They play around so much. They get their locks today, and next week they're already trying to cut them. It starts to bud, and they're like, snip, snip, pull out, redo. The manipulation is the manipulation with the expectancy to see the same result as someone who isn't doing what you're doing is just funny to me. You manipulate your hair so much and then wonder why it ain't thriving, it's not growing, it's not budding, it's not doing what it's supposed to do, because you're messing with it too much. And I had to learn that with this one right here, which I'm just so thankful that I did it the way that I did. I started this one, and every day I'm like trying to do stuff with it. And I'm like, why is it not? It's just, oh my God, it's not doing what I needed to do. That was me, like literally, like I'm saying that to my mom. And she's just looking at me like, girl, like, and it wasn't until I took her advice. She was like, you need to stop. Like, you look at it every day. You play with it every day. And you're expecting it to, do something. And it wasn't until I took her advice and I actually just stopped. I didn't care about it anymore. I think I started wearing my hair down more so I didn't have to see it. That it started to grow. It started to form. It wowed me. It really took my breath away. And I was just like, dang. Like I couldn't even track the progress of it because I wasn't paying attention to it. And I'm not saying don't pay attention to your hair. Take care of your hair, yes. But sometimes I be feeling like our hair is shy. It thrives so much better when the spotlight isn't on it. So and that's why I kind of am like wowed by my hair, because I'm like, dang girl, like, yeah, we coming up on a year, but I feel like my hair was looking like this well before a year, and that's just because I took care of it, but I wasn't manipulating it. I wasn't doing all that extra stuff to it. Yeah, I hope I'm making sense, but essentially, leave your hair alone. It's shy, okay, and it ain't gonna do what you need it to do with you watching it all the time. Number 6, this one is extremely important. This one is extremely important. This one is extreme, and I really want y'all to tune. Like, this one is extremely important, okay? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? There is no ugly stage. And that also goes hand in hand with blocking out the excess noise, the outside noise. Which one should I start with first? There's no ugly stage, point blank period. Like, but we're gonna talk about the outside noise. You already have your head filled with so much, whether you're someone who isn't as confident in your journey as somebody else, whether you're someone who is looking, you're comparing, whatever, and it happens. You look at someone, you're like, dang, like, I really wish my locks was like that. You already have all that you're dealing with. For you to be also listening to somebody else tell you your locks is ugly, your locks is trashy, you're gonna need to cut your hair if you ever want to take that out, you're gonna need to cut your hair so you can do it, like, shut it. That's what I be wanting to tell people. Hush. Golly. And I don't want you guys listening to them either. Like, people will sit there and tell you, and I've been told this multiple times, like, oh, so you don't plan to fix that? Oh, you don't plan to... It's not your hair. So if I don't have a problem with the way that it looks, why do you? People will have a problem with your frizz, and they'll make you think that the frizz is ugly. And so I've heard a lot of people say, like, oh, the ugly stage doesn't last long. People with locks. And I'm like, what ugly stage? Honestly, from my start of my locks until now, I always thought they were beautiful. And it's not until I looked back at some old videos and I was like, dang girl, you really went out the house looking like that? But I was just so in love with my hair and my locks that I didn't care what people said. People used to tell me, people told me before actually, that when I was gonna start my locks, that I would have to cut off my hair. False. Don't ever listen to that. You can start your locks with your hair being to your ankles if you want to. Okay, like, yeah, that's a misconception that a lot of people have had in years past. Actually, I think one of my cousins cut her hair to start her locks. Girl, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. My hair was, I think, bra strap length, and I started my locks, and they did what they did. Oh, you're gonna have to cut off your hair if you want to take that out. No, I'm not, baby love. So please. Oh, you need a retwist. Your mama. Oh, that's offensive. You're offending me with your unwanted opinions on my hair that's growing out of my head that I am not asking you for advice on. I'm not asking you for help with. I'm not asking for anything. They're like, oh my god, there have been so many things that people have said to me. People have told me that my hair is ugly. And if I actually listened to that, because knowing the person that I was before, and I think that's what it is. I'm someone who was always combing my hair. Always. Edges always done. If the hair ain't curly, it's straight. And if it ain't neither one of those, it's in a bun, edges slicked and laid to the gods. And now I'm just a girl that's like, I don't necessarily feel like I have to do my edges. I mean, if I want to, I will. It's very rare, but I don't feel like I have to do my edges. I'm just not that girl. And so a lot of people aren't used to that, and so they would tell me that my hair is ugly. And one thing about me, one thing about me, I'm gonna always have something smart to say. I'm gonna always have something smart to say. So the response that they got is not the response that they were expecting. But if you're someone who's not necessarily like me and you'll let that like consume you, please, I'm telling you, this is your sign to bump them people. Don't nobody care about what they got to say. Don't nobody care. And you shouldn't either. Please. And if anybody is gonna sit there and try to tell you some crap, this may be extreme, but cut them off, child. Because what is that? Like 2023, you don't have nothing good to say, you shouldn't be saying that. And I learned that in kindergarten. And if you don't know that at your big old funky age, you got to go. So yeah, that was my number. I believe that was number 6. That was my number 6. Please block out the outside noise, because you already have a lot that you're dealing with in your head as far as, you know, where your hair is concerned. You don't need to be listening to other people and the tripe that they're talking. And number 7. So yeah, locks are really not a style. And this is really for people, I don't know. This is really for people who aren't locked. No, they're not a style. Okay? I don't plan to take, like, when you taking that out, don't ask me that. This is not a style. It's not a hairstyle that I just did and I'm gonna keep in for 4 weeks and take it out. Like, don't ask me that. Please get that out of your head. That's just something that I've learned. You know, it's a lifestyle for some people, not a hairstyle. Now, there are hairstyles that I can do with my locks. That's a style. But the locks itself, you know, baby, this is my hair. This is my actual hair. It's not a style. Yeah, so please get that out of your head. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. And stop asking people when they're going to take out their locks. It's tacky. So yeah, that's it. That's what I've learned so far. As I learn more, I may do a part 2. I don't know. But yeah, if there is any tips that you have learned, or any tips that you have, or things that you've learned along the way, you know, maybe you may be further along in your journey, have more tips, whatever, feel free to leave them down below. And yeah, if you found this video helpful, any at all, don't be afraid to give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to follow my lock page at Ronnie's Locks. I'll put it on the screen, and it will also be linked down below. And feel free to follow all my other handles if you want to. If you want to. Well, you can follow my TikTok, because I will be posting about my locks on there, but pretty much like the same content as like my Instagram page. So the choice is yours. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. And don't forget to leave a like. I believe I said that already. And subscribe to my channel for more lock content if you're interested, you know. And then there's other content as well, but like, you know, we're talking about locks right now. So if you're interested, subscribe. Okay, bye.